Your life sucks, but dying sucks even more. Luckily, there's a way to die without really dying. I'm talking about faking your own death, and it's the perfect way to leave your old life behind and start over. So whether you're a fugitive on the run, a complete psychopath who gets off on manipulating the emotions of your friends and family, or just curious about how it's done, what kind of person would fake their own death? Typically, people fake their own death when they're trying to avoid jail time or huge debts. Some people, like Amir Vahabovic of Bosnia, have even faked their own death to see who would come to their funeral. If you're gonna fake your own death, you gotta fly solo. Confiding in friends and family is the easiest way to get caught. Just ask John Darwin from England, who faked his death for 5 years before police investigated his wife's finances, which let slip John's secret. If you're really intent on starting over, you can't let anyone know. Before you shuffle off this mortal coil, you need to settle your debts. You owe someone money, be it for student loans, child support, or high-stakes no-limit poker, pay it off before you pretend to kick the bucket. You don't want to get even with a reason looking, or else you're going to end up like Corey Taylor from Chicago, who was caught by Verizon because he didn't pay his phone bill. Speaking of finances, don't empty out your bank account, sell all your stocks, or make any other sudden big moves. These are all telltale signs that you're not really dead, but in hiding. Once you fake your own death, guys, there's no going back. This may sound morbid, but you're gonna want to make your death look like a suicide. Suicide. Suicide.
Suicide. Suicide.
Cops suspect foul play or murder, there's gonna be an investigation, and an investigation ups the chances that some cop is gonna figure out that you're still alive. Remember how in Ace Ventura they made Roger Podacter's murder look like a suicide and everyone stopped caring? As long as you don't have a pet detective on your trail, it'll be an open and shut case. That means you need to start acting like somebody contemplating suicide. According to an article published by the New York Times, suicidal people often lose interest in activities they once enjoyed. Drink or use drugs to excess, suddenly develop problems at work or school, drastically change their sleeping and eating habits, and give away their material possessions. If you even know like 30% of people who commit suicides do, you need to make it look genuine. An analysis of suicide notes shows that victims tend to be more concerned with redistributing their property and their friends and family's feelings rather than describing the act of suicide. The most common word in a suicide note is love. Use it literally. Look, I know this is intense, but hey, you're the one trying to convince the world you're dead. Now you need to figure out exactly how you're gonna fake your own death. The leading cause of fake deaths is drowning, and for good reason. It's much harder to recover a body, and a judge will eventually legally declare you dead after a search turns up empty. That's key, that whole legal part. To prepare yourself, check out the 2006 documentary, The Bridge. If it makes you feel any better, experts say that approximately 1/4 of the suicide attempts on the Golden Gate Bridge might be fake, so you'd be in good company. Now, only an idiot would stick around when he's supposed to be 6 feet under. Now that you're dead, you need to get out of Dodge and skip town. Well, you might think just heading a few states over is enough. For maximum peace of mind, you're going to want to flee the country. If you stay in America, you're going to eventually need to get a fake ID, and you're opening yourself up to be busted for fraud, among other things. According to National Geographic, the hardest country to be found in is Ukraine. Their infrastructure is more lax than ours, and they don't require annoying little things like IDs to get electricity or running water. But to get on that plane, you're going to need a fake passport. How? Either steal a valid passport and alter the data, bribe a corrupt government official, or simply shop at your local black market. We'll leave the details on this one up to you. Now that you're in sunny Ukraine, just kidding, you know it's cold and miserable, right? You need to make sure no one can find you. Dump your cell phone, GPS, iPad, Amazon, Kindle, anything with a cellular or Wi-Fi connection. Potentially give your location away. You're off the grid. You're staying off the grid. We recommend you change your appearance. Shaving your head or dyeing your hair could work. Maybe buy some colored contacts. Now is the time to give yourself that distinctive facial scar you can dream of. You also need to live a cash-based life. Credit cards, debit cards, Apple Pay, everything other than cold hard cash is traceable. As a matter of fact, don't sign up for anything. Don't sign up for a customer loyalty card at the Ukraine equivalent of Walgreens. Don't put your name on a mailing list to save the whales. Everything you do is potentially exposing yourself, so think twice. Now, you probably don't have unlimited money to live comfortably in Ukraine, so you're gonna need to get a job. Get any old office job. You need to work under the table. Some options available are English, repairing bicycles, and growing and selling your own produce. Basically, learn a trade and stick with it. So there you have it. You faked your own death. Good for you. Sit back and enjoy your new life in Ukraine working a menial job, and know that when you actually die, your friends and family won't have any idea and you'll be all alone. Congrats.
How to fake your own death. How to fake your own death. How to fake your own death. How how to fake your own death.